What's up, YouTube family? Mark here from Financial Abundance and Healthy Living. I hope y'all are doing amazing out here today. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day to all of you, man. I'm really happy to be back and present doing more videos. And so in today's video, I'm going to hopefully drop some knowledge, some nuggets for you all. We'll get into more informative videos on another time, another segment. But for this video, I'm driving. I'm actually out and about. And so I thought I'd shoot a video here, giving you all some value, some knowledge, and just information to always consider and to implement. All right. So make sure you guys reach out if you need me, need help, if you need one-on-one sessions or coaching, any of that stuff. I'm available. Just email me and we can talk more about that in detail. But anyway, so let's talk about it, man. As I mentioned before, curing halitosis has everything to do with your digestion, right? There are some situations like TMAU where, it's more complex. But for the most part, if you're someone that's dealing with halitosis, bad breath, whether it smells like feces, whether it smells like rotten eggs, sulfur, you have an issue within the digestive system. And it's really important to look at the bacteria that is going on. Now, we have 3 domains of life within the system. 2 of the domains I'm going to talk about here today. The first domain is a bacteria domain, and the second domain is the Archea. And they both are almost similar, but they're different, right? Now, of course, the bacteria domains, we all know, or should know if you don't, that the bacteria domains, they like to feed off of any and everything. They can live in any type of environment, as well as Archea. Archea can live in a very warm environment. It can live in an environment that's cold. It's some studies about, its role in its job. It's to really help with sending messages back and forth through the microorganisms in the body to the blood. So it has a complex role. It also can intermingle with bacteria organisms that live within the system, right? And so it can get complex, very scientific, but I like to try to just break it down on a level where most people watching this video can kind of understand. Now, the bacteria organisms, they really produce hydrosulfide, hydrogen gases, which I believe is responsible for why people smell, right? You smell like poop, you smell like feces, people smell, you're complaining, others are smelling you, you're reacting. And a lot of it has a lot to do with your digestive system, your small intestines, your large intestines, right? And so my recommendation for you all in terms of dieting and learning about what should you eat, what should you not eat, is you really want to do a test, right? You want to do a test of foods, right? You want to start out with your typical diet, see how you feel, see how your body feels, see if you're able to use the bathroom. Just eating a diet that is high in fat and processed foods, which I don't recommend, but if you want to gauge as to what's going on when you eat, let's say, a waffle or a pancake or whatever, processed food, chicken nuggets, chicken strips, different types of processed sandwich meat. Get a gauge of how you feel. Get a gauge of how you smell, how it makes you smell, how you feel. All right. And from there, you do an assessment. Okay, when you eat these types of foods, this is how you feel. This is how you smell. And this is how you're using the bathroom. Are you regular? Are you using the bathroom regularly, or are you going every couple days? Are you going more than once per day to the toilet, or are you going once per day but it's a very full, deep stool, right? So you need to assess. Always do that. Now, the next thing is you want to eat foods that are fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, even seafood, non-fatty, non-sugary processed foods. Do a test run for a couple days, or you can do a test run for a week and see how you feel. And what you want to be assessing for is, are you bloated? Are you constipated, right? And a lot of the bacteria that we're talking about, the bacterial organisms that are inside of the gut, inside of the intestines, small intestines, large intestines, um, depending on the environment of those bacteria, can and will determine a lot of symptoms, like whether you're bloated, whether you're constipated, whether you smell. They release these gases, right? All of this matters. All of this has to be taken into consideration to cure and heal and get rid of halitosis, bad breath, right? So the key is understanding if you have all of these bloating symptoms or gas or even abdominal pain, that the bacteria is highly, highly responsible. Now, Archaea, they're not necessarily responsible for the symptoms, but however, they can feed off of the bacteria because they can live in the environment and they can communicate messages back and forth to and from your microorganism, your system, your brain, which could be responsible for if you have a autoimmune issue, or if your system is off whack. Your Archaea could be responsible for communicating those messages or not communicating messages back and forth. All right, so I don't want to get too complex on you all, but I just wanted to give you guys something to think about. So again, focus on eating the way you currently eat now. Track, write it down. When you eat this, how do you feel? How much of it do you eat? What are you drinking? How do you feel? How do you smell? How often are you using the bathroom? All right, you want to assess it. All right, the next thing